after testifying that there is no one worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that there's no one, the messenger of God is his messenger and his servant, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide our efforts towards him, all of them, whether there are the efforts of the heart with intention, whether the effort of our tongue with our speech, or whether the effort that pertains to our actions, that to guide them all towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The word kufr, and it's interesting to note that it's just not the word kafara to cover up. And Al-Quran uses the term in multiple ways, not just one meaning, where we find that kufr is to disbelieve, as he mentioned, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. But he also mentions a word, and linguistically a kafir is a farmer, as we know, that kafara is to cover up. As he mentions in the book, أَعْجَبَ الْكُفَّارَ نَبَاتُهُ, that the kuffar, right, that the farmers here, kuffar, the farmers, they're pleased with their vegetation, right? That the farmland, that now it's lavish and green, and it's ready, and he could exploit it, he could make money off of it. So kuffar here is somebody who covers up the seed, and now that he has the vegetation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing him with the word al-kuffar. Another thing that we want to recognize with the term kafir or kafara is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he also mentions to some of the believers that they are in the state of kufr. But they're in the state of kufr in regards to the antonym of kufr. There's one antonym or the opposite of the word kufr, which is iman, right? To disbelieve and to have belief or faith. And the other term of the kufr antonym is shukr. فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ. Remember me and I shall remember you. وَاشْكُرُوا لِي Allah. وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. And give thanks to me and do not be an ingrate. Do not be someone who does not thank Allah, who does not show shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then the third one that I want to discuss inshallah with this khutbah today is the idea of the word of being a kafir. Right? Why do I want to discuss this term? Because some people say, well, we're going to get a takfir today, right? Which is a term of making people kafir, right? Which is a joke, hopefully, right? That are we, because there are certain Muslims who have actually pronounced takfir on the Muslims in the West. Namely people like Anwar Olaki, right? If you're not aware of. There are other people who have called Muslims kafir because based on some of their understanding or misunderstanding about that term kufr. And we have to be careful as to how we understand the term kufr and if perhaps we apply that term on other people. Not the disbelievers, but perhaps the believers. And so we have to be very careful and we have to have an understanding of what we're going through and what we're understanding with that term. And the basic assumption, the basic idea in the Quran, when we look into the term is a kafir, is someone, as Imam al-Ghazali rahmatullahi describes, the one who rejects, right? A rejectionist, the one who does not accept. And in that case, the message has to be delivered to a person. And there is this case of free will and choice, that Islam gives it to people. Even when the Prophet ﷺ is fighting against certain group of people, the mushrikeen and the kuffar,